Professor Americus Reed, the world's leading brand identity theorist, has edited a cutting-edge piece of research with Professor Mark Forehand that delves into the origins and consequences of identity loyalty that spans nearly every consumer marketing subdomain. This is a sneak peek of Chapter 3, an evolutionary approach to identity research. In this chapter, the authors argue that a person can use an evolutionary approach to provide insight into modern identity, and they focus on the identity salience concept. An evolutionary approach to the study of behavior considers how a given behavior came about over the course of human history and how it may have served an adaptive function, and this perspective can lead to novel hypotheses. The main idea of this chapter is evidenced by the author's review of 3 different insights of evolutionary theory, and further illustrated as they use these insights to offer novel predictions in the area of identity literature. The first insight considers how natural selection has shaped the human brain to favor quick and easy categorization of evolutionary ancient identities, such as age, biological sex, and health status. On this account, the authors predict that evolutionary ancient identities such as these will be more fixed within a person's psychology than identities that arose more recently in human history, such as race and political affiliation. The second insight reviews literature on life history strategies, which are lifelong adaptive mechanisms based on an individual's childhood environment. The authors hypothesize that childhood environments will predict the identities that become most salient later in life. The third insight recognizes that humans have lived in small groups throughout the majority of human history. Humans formed identities around their health and group coalitions to enhance survival, especially when faced with an imminent threat. Hence, the author's final prediction is that the identity most salient in a human's cognition will depend in part on whether they sense threat, for example, disease, scarcity, or violence. This chapter is important because it demonstrates the predictive value of an evolutionary approach applied to the development of novel hypotheses in identity research, and illustrates why a consideration of the evolutionary history of various identities is a tool that marketers can use to better understand the hidden forces behind identity-driven behaviors. With 30 additional chapters, this handbook establishes a comprehensive and state-of-the-art treatment of identity and marketing. It is the authoritative and practical guide for academics, brand managers, marketers, public policy advocates, and even intellectually curious consumers. Pick up your copy today and learn more at americusread.com.